Hello and welcome to the sports segment on PTV Primetime News tonight. I am Wally Cole. Juan Martin Del Potro came back from 2 sets down and saved 2 match points to beat 6th seed Dominic Thiem in a raucous US Open Classic. The 24th seed, cheered on by a large Argentine contingent on the grandstand court, won 1-6, 2-6, 6-1, 7-6, 7-1, 6-4. Despite feeling ill and requiring treatment, he came through in 3 hours and 35 minutes to set up a quarterfinal against Roger Federer. 36-year-old Federer struggled with a back injury in the build-up to the tournament and left the court after the second set for a medical timeout. The 5-time champion produced another impressive performance, but for once, the spotlight was elsewhere as Del Potro came back, gripped flushing middles. And now over to athletics. Usain Bolt is feeling no pressure in retirement, confident his best times can remain world records for decades. Bolt, who is only sprinter to capture the 100-meter and 200-meter tracks titles at 3 consecutive Olympics, retired last month after the World Championships in London. The Jamaican, who holds the world record of 9.58 seconds in the 100-meter and 19.19 seconds in the 200 meters, both set in Berlin in 2009, said during a promotional event in Japan on Tuesday that he thinks that his era alongside Johan Blake, Justin Gatlin and Ashafa Powell was the best era of athletics, stressing that he doesn't see anyone at the moment who is primed to be the next biggest star in track and doesn't see anyone at the moment who he expects will follow his footsteps. Super Eagles technical advisor Gernot Rohr has expressed satisfaction at the Super Eagles 1-1 draw with Cameroon in Yaoundé on Monday night. The Franco-German tactician was satisfied his side were able to collect a point in Yaoundé and not come home empty-handed from his side's World Cup qualifying game against the Indomitable Lions. The Super Eagles now have their destiny in their hand, going into the final 2 matches of the World Cup qualifier against Zambia and Algeria later in the year, with a draw good enough to hand the Eagles the converted ticket to Russia. Zambia are the closest to the Eagles on 4 points, as a win in their last 2 games against the Super Eagles and the Indomitable Lion will mean that the Chipolo Polo will be tied on 10 points with Nigeria if the Eagles fail to pick any points in the final 2 games. And finally on sports tonight, Barcelona president Josep Bartomeu said that Lionel Messi renewal has been signed by his father and they are only waiting for the official photograph of the protocol of the signature. There were reports over the weekend that Messi could follow Neymar out of Camp Nou over the club's inability to attract top players to the Camp Nou and their inability to replace Brazilian captain Neymar, who dumped the club for PSG this summer after the confirmation of his renewal, which was announced in July, had yet to be rubber-stamped. Bartomeu, meanwhile, claims the deal is done and the release clause in Messi's deal, which is believed to be 300 million euros, is irrelevant because if the Argentine wanted to leave, they would sit down and listen. Bartomeu, who does not fear another Neymar situation, says Barca would not take a tough stance if Messi chooses to leave the Catalan Giants with the player's commitment to the club over the years. Diego Simeone has agreed a new 2-year deal with Atletico Madrid, but Manchester United fans feared could mean Antonio Griezmann won't join the Red Devils. The future of the Argentine tactician has been a topic of the debate in the last 6 months, but the new deal will put to bed every debate about his future. Simeone signing a new deal with Atletico Madrid may mean the club will keep their prized assets beyond January, with players like Antonio Griezmann and goalkeeper Jan Oblak linked with exit from the club when the club's transfer embargo will be lifted in January. Simeone has been linked with Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal and Inter Milan in the past. And that's all we have for sports tonight. I am Wally Cole.